Hey people, should marijuana be legalized for recreational use? I'm Short Trini. Let's talk about it. Hey people, welcome to another edition of Let's Talk About It. Today I wanted to talk about the legalization of marijuana for both recreational and medicinal use, especially in states like New York, where the coronavirus has hit people pretty hard. While researching this topic, I found out some really interesting facts about marijuana. For example, did you know that the weed industry, the marijuana industry, could exceed $24 billion in revenue by 2025. That's right, the year 2025. $24 billion in revenue. Think about that. Think about how many jobs that would help create. Think about how many people it would help, especially people right now in this pandemic. People who are suffering from depression, from anxiety, because they can't work, because of this pandemic. So, $24 billion in revenue, that can go a long way. What do you think? The other thing I found out about this, and I found fascinating, was for every $2.13 spent on marijuana, $1 of that can help generate the economy. Isn't that fascinating? So if you spend between $2.13 and $2.40 on weed, $1 of that can help generate and stimulate the economy. I think that's a good thing. What do you guys think? Another thing, legalizing weed, believe it or not, would decrease the amount of teens who are using it illegally. And I've heard this argument before in terms of prostitution. The argument is, if you made prostitution legal, nobody would go outside and, cheat on their wives. Matter of fact, they used to say that the rate of marriage would go up. So the same thing applies here. If you legalized weed for recreational use, the use of teens going outside and buying drugs from their dealer would go down dramatically, because they'd be able to get it legally. The strain of weed or the type of weed would be purer, you know what you're getting, and it'd be less harmful, theoretically, to adults and teens. Now, I am not condoning that teens smoke marijuana. Anybody under 18 should not smoke marijuana. That's just me. What I'm saying is, if they do partake, it would be safer for them if weed was legalized, because like I said, the weed itself would be a lot purer, because you know where you're getting it. It'd be regulated, and these people who are selling it undercover, your dealer, they would be practically out of business. I know, sucks for them, but hey, we're talking about young adults here, and I'd rather my child know where they get it from, and it's safe and effective, than them getting it outside from a dealer. And I don't know this dealer. Another thing that I found interesting about the, uh, the legalization of marijuana, traffic deaths and DWIs would go down. Now, isn't that fascinating? It would go down or it wouldn't increase at all. I guess in a roundabout way, everybody would be too high to drink. So I think that an argument could be made that it would be a good thing if the DUIs went down and traffic accidents and traffic deaths would go down if weed were legalized. And the last point is that you know what you're getting, and I think I already touched on this before with, with your child. If weed was legalized and it was regulated, you know what you're getting. You're not going to get any. You're not going to get the bad stuff because the government would have a hand on it, and they would check it, and they would quality control it. So you know what kind of package you're getting. Now, that leads to the question, and I've always believed this. Why hasn't it been legalized before? Why hasn't the government done anything about legalizing it for recreational use before? I think it's because the government can't tax it. Now, I may be wrong about that, and I know that my followers will say you're wrong, and I welcome that. That's the only way we'll learn, is if you tell me I'm wrong and here's the facts. But I think one of the reasons why that weed hasn't been made legal here is because the government can't tax it. Drug companies would go out of business because there'd be no use for amphetamines, there'd be no use for opioids, there'd be no use for a lot of other drugs that have side effects. Does marijuana have side effects? Sure, some of them do, but those are side effects that you can deal with. Some strains give you a headache. Some strains make you dizzy, for a short while. But that's better than an opioid messing up your kidneys or changing your mood or giving you more pain than it's supposed to alleviate. Sometimes the side effects ain't worth the alleviation of the pain. And take it from me, a disabled person. I know all about side effects. I know all about opioids. Have I smoked it? Yeah, I have. And only for pain purposes. When I'm in pain, and I'm admitting this, I light up before I go to bed, and it helps me. Remember, I have a disability, spina bifida, and the older I get, the more pain I have. But anyhow, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about legalizing weed for more than medicinal purposes? You think it's a good idea? Do you think it's a bad idea? Tell me what you guys think. Let's talk about it. And if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Okay? Until the next episode, I'm Short Trini. Thank you for joining me. Thank you to all my subscribers. To my new subscribers, welcome. Peace.